Welcome to another session of our videos on revision in Java for the upcoming ICSE exam. Here in this particular session I have told about all the important 2 marks questions which are asked in part A. So earlier video sessions we discussed about all the loop analysis programs and math functions. Here I have given some definitions which has been frequently asked in the board exam. Please prepare for them well. It will definitely be asked. At least few questions from this will definitely be asked. What is data abstraction? The art of hiding the background details and showing only the essential features in a program is known as data abstraction. Example, switchboard. It's one of the features of object-oriented programming. What is data encapsulation? Encapsulation is the process of wrapping of data and methods into a single unit known as encapsulation. Example, car object which has attributes. Attributes is nothing but the data members, that is color, gears, power, etc. And methods are your functions like your change gear, halt, accelerate, etc. What is object? Object is a unique entity with some characteristics and behavior. Object is an instance of a class. Example, table, chair, etc. How to create objects of a class? This is also asked frequently as what is the general form to create objects. Then you have to write this line, class name, object name is equal to new class name. And you can give any example that you want. Here I have given car, OB is equal to new car. You can give flower, rose is equal to new rose, new flower. So here they may also ask you one more type of question that can be asked here is you have an object called comp and a class called PC. So how do you create it? So that kind of questions also can be asked. Here next you see here scanner is the name of the class, SC is the name of the object, equal to new scanner is again the name of the class, and system.in is the argument passed to this class. So here this new car is known as, here the car is known as the constructor of the class. What is a class? A class is a blueprint for a set of objects which has common characteristics and behavior. So here these words blueprint, common characteristics, behavior are important. If you write this correctly, you get full marks. And I have given a simple example, just a code snippet. So class, car, and member data, member method. So if they ask you to explain with a class example, you can say here int model number, string color, and any method like void halt, void stop, any simple example you can give. Why is object called instance of a class? So instance means, the word instance means an example of a class, that is object is actually representing a class. So they are asking how it is representing a class. So object actually it contains the characteristics and behavior which are defined in the class. So we cannot use the class directly in our programs. We have to first create the object. The previous question I told you how to create the object. You have to create the object and then through that object we have to call the methods. For example, we say ob.display, ob.accept. So what happens here is we are using the object name dot the method name. So they are called the instance of a class. What is source code and object code? See, what does the word source mean? Source means somewhere it is started up, it's come from, isn't it? So you as the user, you are the source who has written the program, or you become the programmer. So the program or code written by a programmer is called source code. What is object code? Object code is the output from the compiler that has compiled or interpreted the source code. That means we cannot use the source code directly. The computer will not understand our source code. Let it be in C, C++, Java, any language we are coding, it will not understand the source code. It has to be converted into a machine understandable code. That is known as object code. What is bytecode? So bytecode is a special type of code which is found in the Java virtual machine. So after the Java source code is compiled, it does not convert directly into the object code. Instead, it will convert it to something known as bytecodes. So bytecodes are machine instructions for Java processor chip called the Java virtual machine. What is the speciality of a bytecode? It is same on all the computer systems. That's why Java became so famous, because once the program is written one time, it can be run anywhere. Write once, run anywhere. What are the 4 principles of object-oriented programming? This is also a frequently asked question. So here also these are the important principles which has to be written. Other principles like objects, classes are all given in some textbooks, but I would suggest you that you read these 4 correctly and write them first. This is what the examiners look out for when they are correcting. Abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance and polymorphism. Next question, what is polymorphism? See, polymorphism is one of the principles of object-oriented programming. OOP means object-oriented programming. Poly means many and morphism means forms. So, polymorphism allows a function to be used for more than one purpose. It is achieved through function overloading. One more question that may come here is, what is which principle does function overloading implement? Then you must be able to write that polymorphism. What is inheritance? So as we say, in normal terms, English terms, inheritance is the property you get from your grandfather and forefathers, isn't it? So inheritance is a property by which an object, but here it is not the property we get from forefathers. Here one class gives its properties to another class. That is called as inheritance. So the definition is like this. Inheritance is the property by which an object of a class can acquire some characteristics and behavior from objects of another class. It is also another one of the important principles of object-oriented programming languages. Next question, what is the use of inheritance? This is also asked for 1 mark, 2 marks and all. So reusability is the use of inheritance. So what do you mean by reusability in inheritance? If that is asked, you can say it is the process of adding some properties to the class without modifying its contents. What is meant by dynamic binding? The process of linking function call with function signature is known as dynamic binding. So there's one more question, what is meant by static binding? So this is where the compiler already knows what functions are going to be put in the program. So beforehand the compiler comes to know. That is known as static binding. What is meant by message passing? Objects pass message to one another. This is called as message passing in Java. So if we create many objects, it can communicate with one another through these objects. That is one of the features of Java. What are the 2 types of Java programs? So the 2 types of Java programs are Java applications or standalone programs. So these programs are user written. It doesn't require any high level operating system or anything. The normal programs that you practice in the lab, the programs that you write, those are Java applications, apps. That is, you can create some code from it and you can use it for your day-to-day use. Java applets. What are Java applets? They are embedded in the web. Okay, they are small Java programs which are embedded in the web. Nowadays, applets are actually, it's become quite obsolete because people are using HTML5 and CSS. But you have Java applets in your course of study. So please write it as Java applications and Java applets. What is BlueJ? BlueJ is an IDE used to teach Java at a beginner's level or at a learner's level. It's an introductory way of writing Java, because Java can be written in your DOS prompt, it can be written in your other IDEs, but BlueJ is given for your studies. So they may ask you what is BlueJ, you just mention it. It is an IDE, integrated development environment. A detailed video of BlueJ is being posted on the channel. It has an editor, debugger and viewer. It is a very simple, portable and interactive IDE. Okay, so many questions I've covered. I will be covering more questions in the following sessions. Hope you like this video. If you like, please share and subscribe. Thank you.